Good evening. This meditation is titled Mushroom Soup to the Stars. This is a meditation for restorative self-healing and sleep, and I'm your guide, Megan. This meditation is meant to prepare your mind and body and observer for a gentle, welcoming, and happy sleep. Self-healing can be such a wonderful tool used in the evening and the hours before bed. At night, your little mind filters through your day, keeping the important and pitching the little stuff. We will use this time to steer the mind into a place of effective and intentional comfort and positivity. Creating a nice, clean brain space to do so is our easy goal this evening. In this act, you are both demonstrating self-love and embracing the moment you find yourself in right now. As I'm walking you through this introduction, this is your time to get your little body very, very comfortable. Move your pillows around just so. Maybe a back support pillow, or maybe an elevation of your knees and legs would feel the most soothing. Check your posture and check the tension level in your shoulders, upper back, and neck. Make sure you're in a position that's supporting your neck and your head in the proper way. May I ask if you have a cozy special blanket? I feel this is a most useful tool when attempting to achieve maximum coziness and warmth. At night, when your body is resting, it drops a few degrees in temperature. A soft, large blanket or a pair of cozy pajamas is somewhat important for this reason. Part of being relaxed is taking care of the body's needs. Observing how your body feels before relaxing mentally is the first place we will start before our journey into Lala Sleepland. I will take this opportunity to ask if you have a soft puppy on your bed. Puppies can be the most powerful piece of the winding down process. Puppies produce a very large emotional amount of love and positive vibes. If you are without a puppy, I suggest you search one out and place him on your bed, where his warm energy will be felt while doing this exercise. Because as we know, puppies love you very dearly. How grateful we are to have such friends with us this evening. Okay, now I'll begin with setting the stage. This part of the meditation is you slipping into a warm bowl of wild mushroom soup. This wild mushroom soup uses a blend of mushrooms from the wild to add more depth of flavor to a regular mushroom soup. It has wonderful earthiness and smooth creaminess. It is easy to slip into. It's comforting and delicious. As you step into the steaming bowl, it's very, very thick, and it swallows up your toe and your leg quickly. As you get further into the soup, you can feel little pieces of mushroom brush up your legs and around your tummy. But it's not creepy. It's very soft. The colors are just beautiful, and you lower your torso down into the bowl. There is steam coming off the bowl, and you let your shoulders dip down into the bowl. There's nothing quite like a bowl of warm soup when you're not feeling well. You're thinking to yourself as you wade into the middle of the bowl and away from the edge. You see a stick off in the one corner of the bowl, if there are corners. This one is a cozy one. You wade over to it, and you see it has some green sprigs on it. You pick it up. It's the size of about your forearm, and as you lift it out of the soup a little bit, you see that it's a big sprig of thyme. You rub your hands across the leaves. It smells floral, but yet woodsy from the mushrooms. You get low into the bowl, and you can smell hints of sherry, notes of cremini, shiitake, little enoki in there, and obviously some pieces of portobello, because they are dark, tiny chunks floating in this soup. The portobellos clearly add lots of depth of flavor, you think, as you slurp a tiny bit of the soup. Picking mushroom soup was a good choice, you think, as you slip further into the bowl. Earlier on, you had several choices of different soups. A tomato bisque, a clam chowder, a vegetable soup, and a chicken noodle. But the woodsy wild mushroom soup piqued your interest, because in the room around the mushroom soup bowl, there was woods. There's large redwood trees, and it was quite dark with a mossy floor. It smelled of bark and a bit like dirt, but also a sweetness of cedar there. As you're thinking this, you see an especially large chunk of a porcini float by. You decide to grab it, and lift it out of the soup. It is rubbery and soft and about as big as a small pillow would be. You wrap it around your shoulders like an airline pillow, and you make your way towards the edge of the bowl. There is a small seat. You sit down and you lean your head back on the mushroom pillow and just relax, watching the steam slowly glide into the air and disappear. Now that you're situated in the bowl comfortably, let's begin with some deep, slow breathing. Take in some of that wonderful mushroom scent through your nose. When we practice this, try to make the breath sound like one does when one is in deep sleep, pulling the air into their body's lower core, followed with an effortless exhale. Now slowly breathe in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. Feel your stomach rise and fall as you breathe. Imagine your belly filling up with air like a balloon as you breathe in, and then feel it deflate as you breathe out. Feel the breath moving in across your nostrils, and then feel your breath blowing out across your lips. Feel your lungs filling with air and notice the weight of your body resting where you're sitting or laying. With each breath, notice how your body feels more and more relaxed. Your pillow feels softer and softer. Your body feels the perfect temperature. Breathe in slowly through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. 1. Breathe in slowly through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. Count 2. Again, breathe in slowly through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. Count 3. Last time, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Count 4. Again, breathe in slowly through your nose and slowly out your mouth. Count 1. Breathe slowly through your nose and slowly exhale. Count 2. Again, slowly through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. You feel like melting into the soup now, like a small chunk of butter. As you sit there in the soup, you swish your arms around and feel the small mushroom pieces. It smells like the soup is getting more and more delicious with each relaxing, slowed breath. And you do remember hearing from the soup tenant that the longer you stay in the soup and the more relaxed and slowed down you get, the better the soup will smell and taste. Sink in and really, really take a big sigh out. Let go of everything. You realize now is not the time to think about anything besides how good the soup smells and feels. Let go of everything, all your duties, all of your conversations, expectations, and responsibilities. Tomorrow you will start again, but for now, you are cozy and living in this moment. Put down all the responsibilities. Feel the weight of your body at the bottom of the bowl of soup. As you submerge your head and neck, you find yourself feeling lighter now. Whether you had the best day or the worst day, it is now done and all the experiences are over. You find all your worries seem to be oozing out of you and going into the soup. As you breathe in, you're breathing in calm, and as you exhale, you're breathing out all the stresses. This soup seems to have magical powers, and you're finding unconsciously your brain is automatically purging everything, leaving a cozy, warm, and inviting space. If you find yourself drifting off to sleep during this recording, it is totally fine and does not matter. Your subconscious hears everything. And just knowing that, you let go even further. All the way down till you've reached what feels like the very bottom of the soup and the very bottom of your mind. In this safe space, it feels empty. A space of void of all thought. In this place, you rest naturally, without any effort at all. Your body has slowed down to a crawl. You can feel the stillness and silence, the void. And now that you feel the void, you can start introducing some unconditional love. At this time, love replaces doubt. Love transforms anger. When love is in you, there is space for nothing else. Nothing negative can survive love. With this feeling, it carries happiness. Love contains strength. This love comes from the best of you and is limitless, just like the warmth of this soup. Now tune into the pleasurable physical sensations that you are beginning to have in your resting body. You are now feeling held by this loving feeling and held at the bottom of the bowl of soup. The warm, slippery bowl below you, in the creamy, thick, chunky soup all around you. You feel so safe. Through rest and stillness, you are becoming more resilient. This is self-manifesting magic that you can draw on anytime and is limitless. As you rest, I would like to ask you to put all your attention into the top of your head. How does it feel? You might feel a warm, tingly sensation. You might realize you have some stress hidden there and you relax it. As we go, I'm going to get you to pay attention to different parts of your body as we descend. Next would be your eye area. You feel your eyes completely relax, the skin around the corners, in your nose, and your lips and cheeks instantly melt. Your jaw is relaxed and loose, and your tongue in your mouth falls naturally. Your throat and neck are in a rested position, and your shoulders are low and relaxed with no tension. Breathe in and breathe out slowly. And as you do, you can feel your chest rise and lower. You can feel your arms, the top of your arms, your lower forearms, and your hands and fingers are completely relaxed. Next is your tummy, which you can also feel rise and lower with your slow, rhythmic breathing. You have no butterflies. Your tummy is relaxed. Now we move down towards the upper legs, which feel cozy and warm. And focus on your knees, your calves, and the top of your feet, and the bottom of your feet, and finally your toes. Your whole body is feeling cleansed, neutral, and happy. This is where I'll end the meditation tonight. And tomorrow night, we will be looking at going to the stars, perhaps. You hear that and you say, hey, you promised me that this is going to be like the mushroom soup to the stars. You're right. Okay. So, and with that, you surface from the soup and you feel it rumble slightly. Now, we're going to take off, and you're going to be completely safe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take off. We rise into the air in our soup bowl, and as we do, we see the trees get smaller and smaller. Everything is slowly turning a very dark midnight blue black, and you are surprised at the amount of stars that you see up here. From Earth, you can barely see a fraction of the stars, but up here, with the increased clarity, they shine brighter than 1 billion cities. Our first destination is going to be the sun. As we head closer to the sun, we see Mercury come into our field of view. It is a black spot against the sun. It's getting larger and larger as we approach. Mercury is in a tidal lock with the sun. So it has half of the planet in complete daylight all the time, and the other half is shadowed all the time. And the temperatures are vastly different. On the one side, it's thousands of degrees in heat. And on the other side, it's thousands of degrees in the negative. You could not survive on either side, but luckily you are in a magical soup bowl that is still so cozy and feels so safe. We're coming up to the backside of Mercury, and it is astounding the sights you see. Rounding the front side, you noticed a surprising amount of color. The mysteries of Mercury are ones that only you have seen. Now towards the sun, we realize how hypnotic it is. Giant solar flares and like fire loops erupt from all over the sun. There are also huge black sunspots where the surface is a fraction colder than the rest. You could fit 100 Earths into the volume of the sun. And the sun has a diameter, actually it has a radius of 10 Earths. That is mind-boggling. And it is so extra warm and cozy near the sun. Now your cup moves past the sun. We skip some planets and we make our way into interstellar space. Past the Kuiper Belt, easily missing many asteroids, meteors, and comets. And that's it. We are out into deep space. It feels so vast and a bit darker. You feel just as cozy as you did the moment we left the wooded forest. But now it's nice and dark, and you decide to close your eyes and rest yourself finally. Still breathing deeply, feeling restored, ready for sound sleep. I will leave you with a few readings from A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Discovering inner space. by creating gaps in the stream of thinking. Is soothing. Without those gaps, your thinking becomes repetitive, uninspired, devoid of any creative spark. Which is how it still is for most people on the planet. You don't need to be concerned with the duration of those gaps. A few seconds is good enough. Gradually, they will lengthen by themselves without any effort on your part. More important than their length is to bring them in frequently so that your daily activities in your stream of thinking become interspersed with space. Be aware of your thinking. Be aware of your breathing. Notice how this takes attention away from your thinking and creates space. Notice the sensation of the breath. Notice how the chest and abdomen expand and contract slightly with the in and out breath. One conscious breath is enough to make some space where before there was the uninterrupted succession of one thought after another. One conscious breath. 2 or 3 would be even better. Taken many times a day is an excellent way of bringing space into your life. Even if you meditated on your breathing for 2 hours or more, which some people do, 1 breath is all you ever need to be aware of. Indeed, that you can ever be aware of. The rest is memory or anticipation, which is to say thought. Breathing isn't really something that you do, but something that you witness as it happens. Breathing happens by itself. The intelligence within the body is doing it. All you have to do is watch it happen. There is no strain or effort involved. Also notice the brief cessation of the breath, particularly the still point at the end of the out-breath before you start breathing in again. Once you have had a glimpse of awareness or presence, you know it firsthand. It is no longer just a concept in your mind. You can then make a conscious choice to be present rather than to indulge in useless thinking. You can invite presence into your life. That is to say, make space. With the grace of awakening comes responsibility. You can either try to go on as if nothing has happened, or you can see it as significance and recognize the arising of awareness as the most important thing that can happen to you. Opening yourself to the emerging consciousness and bringing its light into this world then becomes the primary purpose of your life. The modalities of awakened doing are acceptance, enjoyment, and enthusiasm. Each one represents a certain vibrational frequency of consciousness. Acceptance, enjoyment, and enthusiasm. Consciousness of self-love is where everything begins. I love you, Megan. That's where I'll end off tonight. I hope you have a spacious and relaxing sleep. Good night.